What's up, subscribers and Dragon Ball enthusiasts? This is your boy RBG hitting you guys up with another video. I wanted to get my general thoughts and theory on this new form we're getting in the next episode. And of course, this is the best time for me to go ahead and leech off of DB Super for those hype views real quick, cause a ninja is broken these Snake Way streets, if you know what I mean. But anyways, there's been so much word going around the community in regards to the new name of this transformation. I've heard the name Ultra Instinct Mastered, and I've also heard the name Ultra Instinct Complete. I think there's even been some fans coining the name Ultimate Instinct, which I have to agree, that's pretty tight. Now before I get into the gist of this video, I just gotta say that I find it a bit irritating that we're getting yet another form to add to the transformation giveaway. Like, let's be honest here. Toei and Toriyama see the numbers coming in and they're pretty much pacifying the diehards out there. If any of you who don't follow me on Twitter, which you most definitely should by the way, I posted how the Dragon Ball DeviantArt community are going to be creaming their jeans over this new form. And to keep the hype at an all-time high, they're making you mofos wait a whole 2 weeks for this. I might have to hit Toei up and ask them to give your boy a sneak peek of that episode. You know, just like a little nip slip. Hook a brother up. Now, we haven't really seen the new form in action just yet. All we got thus far is Goku bringing the pale savage Jiren down a peg with that out-cold punch to the gut. So it's safe to assume that Vegeta's loan and energy has somewhat paid off. And since we're on the topic of Vegeta's energy transfer, I was wondering in the back of my mind if it was your typical ki or was it that God ki? Because I imagine if it was the God ki, it would have some kind of effect on Goku's energy, right? But maybe I'm just looking too far into it. We still don't have a complete understanding of Vegeta's new SS Blue form. The only thing we do know is that every time Goku has tapped into Ultra Instinct Omen, he has essentially had to surpass the limits he's put on himself or his self-limiting shell. It's kind of like what most guys wish they could do in bed when they hit that climax a little too early. But anyways, the user further taps into a deeper potential, allowing them to achieve a higher mental state to which they can react to any threat without the need to acknowledge it, and their body can pretty much adapt while it's in battle on its own. Now, the key word to look at in that statement is adapt, because although Ultra Instinct gives Goku some beneficial perks, it doesn't necessarily guarantee him full awareness of his surroundings. It also doesn't automatically give him a guaranteed boost in attack power. If you go back to the previous episodes, you remember our boy Beerus was putting all the other gods of destruction to shame during their sparring session. But due to not having mastered Ultra Instinct, he was eventually stopped by Mule's favorite robot sex slave, Moscow. And I guess you can include Whis accidentally stepping into a random turd, but that's neither here or there. Like, we don't really know if Ultra Instinct is used in every instance of living, so to speak. But I think since Beerus and Whis are pretty much higher forms of deities, the Ultra Instinct technique doesn't really strain their bodies like it's been shown to do Goku's. It seems like a natural occurrence with them, but according to Frieza's observation, Goku has to undergo some serious punishment and stress in order to tap into this transformation. His thoughts then take control of his body, therefore giving him instantaneous reactions to any threats. We've seen how seamless Goku's speed is when he easily dodged Toppo's Justice Flashu. The dude was moving so fast it looked like he was simply walking when he dodged the blast. And that rhymes. Bars, son. But anyways, Ultra Instinct is supposed to be significantly more powerful than the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken, and the aura is said to be super hot yet very calm. On the downside, my boy can only do this in small sparing spurts. Since Ultra Instinct wasn't mastered at the time, which I'm assuming it now is with the new form, it's more difficult to deliver a potent attack. While moving at an accelerated speed is easy, attacking while in Ultra Instinct is difficult as a fighter is inclined to think about their attacks before making them, thus slowing them down and weakening their attack while performing the move. So basically what the Ultra Instinct Omen phase is just the sheer movement aspect. Now, if a Ninja Saiyan recollection served me correctly, Goku pretty much revealed that he had more control of his consciousness the second time around when he used the form against Kefla. Like when he fought her, his attacks weren't as effective because he was still focusing his thoughts on attacking instead of attacking on instinct. So he basically has to allow his body to do the powerful attacking for him. This now leads me to this new Ultra Instinct Mastered ability. Peep game. When Goku delivers that powerful punch to Jiren after dodging all of his attacks, our boy Piccolo notices this instance and how Goku's posture changes as I mentioned earlier. As he usually does, Piccolo puts us on game that Goku has essentially mastered the technique or form or whatever it is. My ninja has gotten his Ultra Instinct GED. I mean, you can't refute the fact that the punch was so smooth and crisp, and Jiren went from no flex zone to Mr. Billy Bounce. So that was an impressive feat for Goku because Jiren is arguably stronger than all the gods of destruction. And on a side note, I still believe Jiren is able to perform Ultra Instinct Omen himself. I just think he was never able to perform the striking techniques with it. He was probably only using it for speed. And I also peeped that he gets that subtle silver sheen around his pupils just like Goku has in the form. He's most likely been using his natural power to handle all of the physical attacks. Okay, now let's go ahead and fast forward to the preview we saw for episode 129 because things seem like they're gonna escalate pretty quick. We see Goku pretty much matching Jiren the Grey blow for blow in an all-out array of punches, and I think I see the Pride General use some kind of red hot energy punch. Goku's doing these sick barrel rolls in the air and whatnot, once again showcasing that he's mastered the Ultra Instinct in regards to offense. But it looks like we're going to be seeing Ultra Instinct Goku take his very first L because Jiren seems to have adapted his own form and completely blast Goku off the screen. Just like the first instance where Goku essentially absorbs his spirit bomb and goes into an unconscious state, he rises from the ashes in this new silverish form at the end of the preview. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and safely assume that Goku's going to be in an unconscious state while he's in his Ultra Instinct form as well. I'm not sure if he's going to do this after getting that Spirit Bomb action like the last time, but it's most certainly going to be from an epic blast of some sort. Because we see this huge crater and Goku's completely shirtless revealing his shiny chest with them nippleless areolas. But anyways, I'd like to bring up some of these scans from the popular V-Jump magazine because there's nothing much we can analyze from the preview anymore. In the new scans we got for Xenoverse 2, they got this DLC for Goku's new transformation and they're labeling it Peerless Form. Our good homie Herms went out of his way to translate this for us, by the way. The scans mention that Goku now has a key charging technique called the quote-unquote accelerated battle aura. And even if his rush attacks miss, he can spend some energy to quickly perform another attack. Okay, now let's backtrack to this whole Peerless Form. This term instantly raises my eyebrow. When something is peerless, it means that they're unrivaled or unequal. So is it saying that this Ultra Instinct mastered form is pretty much unmatched? If that's the case, that would essentially mean that Goku is at the top of the top tier fighters. His new power is pretty much matchless, pretty much incomparable. I think he's probably become more powerful than Beerus and Whis at this point. But moving on to where the scan mentions that Goku has an accelerated battle aura. That's pretty much equivocal proof of having an endless amount of attacks that seem to advance. So even if Goku essentially fails to deliver one attack, he'll most likely be able to quickly advance into an even more effective one. Like where the scan explains that even if his rush attack misses, he can spend some more energy and quickly perform another attack. And that explains the term accelerate perfectly, to change the velocity of a body or the rate of motion. To reduce the time required for a course of study by intensifying the work, eliminating the detail, etc. To progress or develop faster. And that indicates that we're most likely going to be seeing Goku perform some off-the-chain movements that not even Xeno would be able to see even if he had the latest God Pad. We're going to get some sick animation to go along with this where Goku is going to be pulling out all the stops. But let's move on to the actual promotional art we got from our boy Akira Toriyama. This is where we get more in-depth explanation on Goku's abilities. Now you'll notice that Goku is noticeably slimmer than his shirtless pinup model. I'm not sure if this is a different form of Ultra Instinct mastered, similar to the original Super Saiyan God where Goku's muscle mass is sacrificed in exchange for more speed or what. I'm just gonna guess that this was a quick rough draft of the design Toriyama drew up because we know that he's always had this less is more philosophy when designing characters. It's not all about the fancy hairstyles like all of you DBZ Absalom fanboys jerk off to in your sleep and praise on a daily basis. I guess the new silver hair is a step in the right direction for you guys since it mirrors the infamous SSJ5 picture that's been floating around the interwebs. That's a rant for another day. Anyways, moving on. The scan says that when an Ultra Instinct complete, Goku's body responds to every attack on its own and counterattacks. This will no doubt be the strongest version of Goku in history. So yeah, GT fanboys, you can all go and cry into your pillows because Toei is reassuring all of you that Super Saiyan 4 is nothing more than fan service hogwash. I'm guessing that Goku's gonna be doing more damage than he did against Kefla when he performed his Ultra Instinct Kamehameha. Like if you remember, during that instance he had to maintain the charged energy sphere in his hand while dodging Kefla's blast, but I don't think he's gonna have to focus on charging anything in his complete Ultra Instinct. his body will be able to throw a Kamehameha without even trying. Speaking of energy blast, let's go back to that Xenoverse 2 scan because we get an idea of what Goku's special techniques will be like. Now, I'm going to try to look at this the right way since most Japanese magazines and mangas are read from the right to left. So let's look at the pics from right to left. If you analyze closely, you see our boy Goku going into straight savage mode as he looks to be absorbing some unknown energy into his body. He then raises his pimp hand of justice, releasing this gigantic energy ball smothered in this electric looking aura. He releases the blast at this poor victim, causing an out of this world explosion. That blast looks like it's going to be a devastating one. Like, what if the power of Goku's blast depends on how long his battle aura develops? We're talking some major key right there. I'm not sure what that kind of power entails, if I'm going to be honest. I just hope it's something that's going to be memorable because, like many have noted, Dragon Ball Super has been less than stellar. Like, I don't think the show writers have had enough time to craft a story that doesn't contradict what's already been established in Dragon Ball canon. They don't have time to pander to crybabies like myself who want explanations on how things happen. So that means we gotta depend on Toyotaro to do his best to fix all of that ish in the manga. But anyways, enough of all my ramblings. I want to hear your thoughts on the matter. What do you all think of Goku's new Ultra Instinct Master Form? Do you think it holds a candle to Jiren's magnificent power? Or do you think that Goku will meet his untimely match at the hands of the poorly written Pride Trooper? Let me know in the comment section below. And also guys, I've noticed that you've been digging all of these videos I've been doing even though they aren't really scripted out like I usually do. So let me know if you want me to continue in this format where I go off the dome, or would you rather hear me spit them neatly structured bars like I used to do. As always, I ask you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will only help me improve on future content. And also consider becoming a patron. It helps this channel stay independent and self-sustained. Once again, this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I will catch you guys later. Peace out.